Since I woke up today, I'm the kind of person who to work in the morning, come home in the evening, and I just got to stay. Anytime you look like going flying from my apartment, go and make me a postcard before morning. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. Believing just living is just our way to go. Believing is just our way to go. Thank you. Guys, we're trying to raise money here for money and time for George and Tom wants to vote. Just text to 23559. You'll get constant updates. So tonight to help raise money for Tom wants to vote, we're gonna auction off. I saw somebody with an Allman Brothers shirt on a minute ago. We're gonna auction off an Occupy This album CD. Signed by one of the Allman Brothers, who's also on the album. His name is Warren Haynes. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of him. Right? We're auctioning off an autographed CD for that, and the bids will start at $20 for Bummers to vote. Not sure how we're going to do that yet, but we'll do that at some point. Keep that in mind. Thank you.
Everybody, give it up for Jason. Look out. Are we ready? We good? Oh, okay.
Where's my signal, John?
I didn't call.
All right, everybody, please give it up for Jason Samuel. Bringing artists together, which is a very important thing. Art is one of the best ways of expressing displeasure, of calling for social justice, and that is one of the cool things about George Martinez, is that he uses his art for that effect. I actually performed at another place, and it's a drag restaurant, and I'm the only non-drag act. And I was working one night, and I was performing, and one of the drag queens called out, and she called out that I was, at Zuccotti, at the working group, and most of the people applauded. But as soon as one person in the middle of the room, somebody I had already entertained, heard that I had been at Zuccotti, he stood up, his face filled with rage, and he slams his hand on the table, points at me and says, "Get a job at the place where I work." It was a beautiful moment. Yeah. There's all kinds of stuff. Like when I was at Zuccotti on the sanitation working group, you get screamed at every once in a while because nothing makes people angrier than, leftists cleaning up after themselves for some reason. It used to just infuriate them. But one of my favorite, slurs or slanders was some of the old people who would yell, "Go back to North Korea!" And I just kind of looked, just like, what do you do? Right? When you say go back to North Korea, that just means that you're running out of countries shittier than the United States. It used to be go back to Russia, but right now it's got a toss-up. We fuck things up that big. Somebody who can help change that, somebody who's not taking corporate donations, somebody as soon as I talk to him, and I have a deep and profound distrust of both political parties. I gave up on Barack Obama and the Democrats after we lost net neutrality. And I said, I am not going to play this game. Before Occupy Wall Street, I was done altogether. But he came and he went straight at me with, you got to get local. You got to take the party back yourself. And it kind of inspired me. I'm no Democrat, and Barack Obama can flop his goddamn ears when it comes to it. But I will work for this man. I will support this man, and I believe in his message. He is beyond Democrat or Republican, but he's trying to change the parties for us so that we actually have a say. So it is a pleasure and it is an honor to bring up George Martinez, and please give him the love and the applause.
Good evening, everybody. I just want to say, first of all, thank you all for being here. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I'd love to thank everyone individually. I want to thank the folks that walked together and we were in the park and we defended the park. And like what John Murdoch said, it was an amazing sight to see all of us cleaning up so that the police wouldn't come clean up. Amazing. Wonderfully amazing. But here we are today, and I want to reject a few premises. I do not have the answers. We do. I am not going to save anything. We are.
Yeah.
And most importantly, I'm not advocating to save or to transform any party at all. What I am saying is that we bum rush every space, we bum rush every party. This is a nonpartisan movement about reclaiming democracy of real Americans. This is about owning the streets block by block and city by city. It's about developing urban farming initiative strategies so we can have food security happening in the hood, and there's no partisanship to that at all. This is about ending police repression, ending things like stop and frisk. I'm not down for managing stop and frisk at all.
Hell yeah.
This is about reclaiming public spaces where we know that there are empty lots, we know there are empty buildings, we know there are more empty buildings and units than there are homeless people in our city and our country. This is a human problem. But somehow we found each other and we recognized that there was a core, central, common goal. And I don't want to use the word enemy as much as I use the word goal. And that goal was and is to get the corporate dollars out of our political system that has infiltrated public policy and have given rise to things like the prison industrial complex, which, by the way, is tethered to the cutting of education in our hoods. So as you cut education, you jam students with student debt and you build prisons. No. The corporate control over our political system and our public policy is going to come to an end at the hands of real Americans taking over, like I said on October 4th in Zuccotti, what is already ours.
Yes, sir!
Now let me take it from a hip-hop perspective so that you understand this is actually true. I am a hip-hop artist, unapologetically a hip-hop artist, unapologetically a hip-hop ambassador, and unapologetically a hip-hop activist, which means we take other people's stuff and remix it. It means we throw a cardboard box on a sidewalk and transform a sidewalk into a dance studio. It means we go into a public park, we steal electricity, and we have a thing called a block party, and it means that a gang member named Africa Bambaataa can bring together the elements of hip-hop in his hood, not for any political reason, but to save lives where people live. This is what we represent. I want to say two things directly to some of the challenges that we've been confronting. Now, folks, first of all, say you have a lot of guts to get involved in politics. Good luck. Wish you well. What I know is that surviving New York City took a lot. Growing up in New York City took a lot. Being involved in the political process is a privilege, is an honor, but more importantly for me, it's an absolute necessity, because I will not sit by knowing that some of these folk can co-opt our language when they want, while they still pass laws that repress our rights as U.S. citizens. I can do something about that as an individual. We together can organize to do something about that as individuals, and the premise of Bum Rush the Vote is to empower the learning, the political literacy, so that others can take this framework, others can begin to bum rush the vote where they live, and we bum rush the city, we bum rush the mayor's race next year, we bum rush the House of Representatives in 2 years, and we pull back our democracy.
Yeah!
And now some of the challenges. Yeah, I'll take a tissue. You already know how I'll get down. I'm Puerto Rican. I will sweat on you. And you don't even need a parade for that. Gracias. Gracias.
That's French.
Nah, that's not right. No, I speak Spanish then. In a little Ebonics. Now, three things that happened over the last week that I want to share with you all so that you can get a sense of A, what we're up against, B, how the organization, and particularly the political machine, is using the media, the corporate control media, to skew what we're doing. And then also I want to get into a call about some group that said Occupy was dead. So we'll get into that. First, I'm at a table. We have like an info table, true Occu-style table, and that's my district office table. So one of the knocks on our campaign is, well, you don't have an office. My answer to that is offices are designed to keep people from the street out of the office. We're building a people's office, a people's machine, and so we have a table that rotates throughout the district. It's called my district office table. And people never seen anything like that.
Mobile Occupy.
But I guarantee that it's absolutely created a new vision of what an elected official could be for those folk in the neighborhood. And they're like, wow, you're out here, you're really here. And my promise is that we will keep the table going even if I get elected. But at the table you find lots of things. And I've been encouraging folks to recognize that this year everything would be filtered through the political lens. When we were in Town Square, we recognized that we are organizing, we're getting together, we're singing, we're empowering each other, but thousands of residents who live outside of the park are not coming where we are. They're sympathetic, we know it. We stand on the issues of the 99, we get it. But they're getting their cues from another source. They're getting their cues from the presidential election, where they're spending hundreds of millions of billions of dollars to be able to influence the conversation. So we know that 120 million, roughly, Americans will vote this year. That's a lot of people. We got to talk to them. And more importantly, it's about bringing that conversation back